no experience, no internships, no QA job. So how do you prove you can test software? Most QA beginners spend months fixing their resume, changing fonts, adding certifications, rewriting bullet points. But recruiters can't verify any of that. What they can verify is your work. And that's where most candidates struggle. They keep applying for jobs without showing any evidence of their testing skills. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to build a GitHub QA portfolio that demonstrates your skills, even if you've never worked as a QA engineer before. Here's the problem. Recruiters aren't just looking for people who know testing concepts. They want proof. Anyone can write manual testing on a resume, but very few candidates can show actual test cases, bug reports, test execution evidence, automation projects, or API testing work. That's exactly why a QA portfolio can help you stand out. Think of your QA portfolio as your proof of work. Instead of telling recruiters what you know, you're showing them. A good QA portfolio answers one question. If we hire you tomorrow, can you perform testing tasks? Let's build one step by step. Let's build a GitHub QA portfolio from scratch and turn an empty profile into something recruiters will actually want to look at. First, head over to GitHub and create an account. I'll be signing up using my Google account. Next, you'll need to choose a username. Try to pick something professional because this username will become part of your portfolio link and recruiters may see it. Once you've completed the sign-up process, you'll arrive at your GitHub dashboard. At first, everything will look pretty empty, and that's completely normal. We'll transform this blank profile into a QA portfolio that proves your testing skills. Click your profile picture and open your profile. Let's start by updating your name and profile details. Let's move on to one of the most important parts of your GitHub profile, your personal README. This is the part that shows up right at the top of your profile. To create it, click the plus icon in the top right corner and select New Repository. Name the repository exactly the same as your GitHub username. This is how GitHub knows to display the README on your profile. Then, check the box that says Add a README file and click Create Repository. And that's it. Your personal README is now ready to customize. You can write your README file manually, but today I'll be using a tool called GitHub README Generator. Here, you'll find several sections that help you create a professional profile. Start by entering your name. You can also add a subtitle, which is a short introduction about yourself. If you have any work experience or personal projects, you can add them in the work section. You can also include project links if they're available. Next, you'll find the skills section. Here, you can select the programming languages you're learning or working with. Below that, you can choose frameworks and tools. These selections will appear as attractive badges on your GitHub profile. As you scroll down, you'll see the social section. Here, you can add links to your LinkedIn profile, X account, or other coding platforms. I highly recommend adding your LinkedIn profile so recruiters and other professionals can easily connect with you. Further down, you'll find the add-ons section. This includes GitHub stats, profile views, and other widgets that can make your profile more engaging. Once you've filled everything out, click the Generate README button. The tool will automatically generate the markdown code for your profile. Copy the generated code, then return to your README repository. Click the Edit button, paste the code, and commit the changes. After the changes are saved, you'll see your new README complete with badges, social links, skills, and profile information. A well-designed GitHub profile helps people understand who you are and what you're working on. This visibility can attract recruiters, clients, and like-minded professionals. The first thing every QA portfolio should include is test cases. Choose a demo website. For example, login page, registration page, shopping cart, checkout process, then create detailed test cases. Focus on real-world scenarios. Recruiters want to see your thinking process. Next, include bug reports. This is one of the most underrated portfolio sections. Find issues on demo websites and document them professionally. A well-written bug report immediately demonstrates communication skills and attention to detail. Even if you're applying for manual testing roles, basic API testing can make your portfolio stronger. Use Postman. Test get, post, put, and delete requests. Document your requests, responses, and validations. If you're learning automation, include at least one automation project. It doesn't need to be complex. Automating. Login, registration, product search is enough to demonstrate your skills. In 2026, AI testing is becoming increasingly important. Add one small AI testing project. For example, prompt testing, response validation, hallucination testing. This helps your portfolio stand out from traditional QA portfolios. Once you've completed your projects, organize everything in GitHub. Create separate repositories for manual testing, bug reports, API testing, automation, AI testing. Add clear README files explaining each project. Avoid these mistakes. Number 1, uploading random files without structure. Number 2, creating only test cases. Number 3, copying projects from YouTube tutorials without understanding them. Number 4, ignoring GitHub documentation. You don't need job experience to start building a QA portfolio. You need proof of your skills. Start with test cases, bug reports, API testing, automation, AI testing. Build one project at a time. Your portfolio speaks louder than your resume ever will. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more QA and testing content.